Hello, good morning. Happy November 1st. I am here to go over the Aardvark book club picks for the month of November. They always go up on the 1st, which is so consistent. I love that. Um, yeah, I have no idea what they're going to offer. I did not look at social media this past month, really. And so they do a really good job with their hints and clues and stuff like that, but I actually didn't look this month, so I'm a little sad. But yeah, if you check out their social media, they always do these hints and clues leading up to the drop, but we're here to go over the books that they're offering this month. And of course, like always, let me know which ones spark joy, which ones you're going to add to your box, what you think of the selections, what you think of the book covers, all of the things. And if you're not subscribed to Aardvark Book Club and you would like to be, it's a great time to use my code, which is Talk Bookish, and you just type that in at checkout, and it gets you your first book for only $4. So pretty cool, pretty cool. But let's see who's here, and then we'll get started. Jessie popped in earlier. I don't know if she's actually here. Hello, Lena. I love that this is on a weekend this month so I can watch. Me too. Hello, happy Saturday. Good morning, Devin. And happy November. Last month of fall, though. Oh, Jessie is here. Look at you. Okay, I love that. Okay, let's do it. Okay, here we go. November selection. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. I was hoping for some nonfiction, but it doesn't look like they have any, which is fine. But it looks like they have a good mix of things. I know this one is going to be very popular, Girl Dinner, because I've seen this everywhere. And it's the same author, Atlas 6. Girl Dinner is a darkly fun novel about power, lust, and eating your fill as wealthy moms and sorority girls practice a sinister new wellness trend. That's funny. So contemporary, dark academia, horror, satirical, LGBTQIA+, cannibalism, discussion of sexual assault. So I'm sure you can see what that taboo wellness trend is going to be. But I do love the cover. I love the color combination that they chose for this. And I love how they have like the synopsis, and then they have blurbs, and then they have the taste the very first page. Let's see. Good girls deserve a treat. Every member of the house, the most exclusive sorority on campus, and all its alumni are beautiful, high achieving, and universally respected. After a freshman year, she would rather forget. Sophomore Nia Carr knows being one of the chosen few accepted in the house is the first step in her path to be the brightest possible future. Once she's taken into their fold, the house will surely ease her fears of failure and protect her from those who see a young woman on her own as easy prey. Meanwhile, adjunct professor Dr. Sloan Hartley is struggling to return to work after accepting a demotion to support her partner's new position at the Cutthroat University. After 18 months at home with her newborn daughter, Sloan's clothes don't fit right, her girl dad husband isn't as present as he thinks he is, and even the few hours a day she spent apart from her child fill her psyche with paralyzing ennui. When invited to be the house's academic liaison, Sloan enviously drinks in the way the alumni seem to have it all, achieving a level of collective professionalism that Sloan is desperately craves. As Nina and Sloan each get drawn deeper into the arcane rituals of the sisterhood, they learn that living well comes with bloody costs. And when they are finally invited to the table, they will have to decide just how much they can stomach in the name of solidarity and power. Yum. That's hilarious. Okay, let's do this one next. The Place Where They Buried Your Heart by Christina Henry. I've read one book by Christina Henry, and it wasn't my favorite. This is horror. A woman must confront the evil that has been terrorizing her street since she was a child in this gripping haunted house novel. Okay. This looks like an old school kind of like horror cover for some reason. Maybe it's the font. Child death, self-immolation. Or on an otherwise ordinary street in Chicago, there was a house, an abandoned house where once upon a time terrible things happened. The children who live on this block are told by their parents to stay away from that house. But of course, children don't listen. Children think it's fun to be scared and dare each other to go inside. Oh my goodness, this is reminding me of my creature feature readathon. Jessie Campanelli did what many older sisters do and dared her little brother Paul. But unlike all the other kids who went inside that abandoned house, Paul didn't return. His two friends, Jake and Richie, said that the house ate Paul. Of course, adults believe that. Adults never believe what kids say. They thought someone kidnapped Paul or otherwise hurt him. They thought Paul had disappeared in a way that was ordinary, explainable. The disappearance of her little brother broke Jessie's family apart in ways that could never be repaired. Jessie grew up, had a child of her own, kept living in the same street where the house that ate her brother sat, crouched and waiting, and darkness seemed to spread out from that house, a darkness that was alive and hungry. Okay. Next up is Kill the Beast. Debut novel, LGBTQIA+, includes a dog, fantasy. From the front when the books were little, I could not tell that this was a lion, but now I see it. Okay. The Witcher meets House Moving Castle in this debut original fairy tale of revenge, redemption, and friendship for fans of T. Kingfisher, Naomi Novak, and cozy fantasy with a dash of gritty adventure. Child death, discussions of suicide. Okay. The night Lysa Cottigan's brother was murdered by a fairy-made monster known as the Beast, she made him a promise. She would find a way to destroy the immortal creature and avenge his death. For 13 years, she's been hunting fairies and the abominations they created. And all this time, the one beast she is most desperate to find has never resurfaced until she meets Alderic Casimir de Laurent, a melodramatic dandy with a coin purse bigger than his brain. Somehow he has found the monster's lair and, even more surprising, retrieved one of its claws, a claw Lysa needs in order to forge a sword that might kill the beast. So that person is ill-equipped for a hunt and almost guaranteed to get himself killed, but as the two of them search for the rest of the materials that they will need to do the beast's undoing, Alderic reveals hidden depths, dark secrets, and that he guards as carefully as Lysa guards hers. Before long, and against Lysa's better judgment, an unlikely friendship begins to bloom, one that will either lead to the culmination of Lysa's quest for vengeance or spell doom for them both. Okay. Next up, a thriller, Haven't Killed in Years by Amy K. Green. No one is supposed to know harmless office worker Gwen Tanner is the vanished daughter of a serial killer, Abel Haggerty, but a low profile and a new name aren't going to cut it when an obsessive new killer starts targeting her in this lively and propulsive thriller with a standout voice. Okay, I'm not going to read the synopsis of this one because that gave me enough, but child death, domestic abuse, feel free to go back and, read the rest. But because I'm interested in it and it's a thriller, I like not to know too much. So, all right. Next up is Thirst Trap, literary fiction, debut novel by, I do not know how to say that name. O'Hare. We'll just go with that. This cover. Okay. I think literary fiction novels always try to do like the most weird, wacky covers, A bitingly funny novel about your late 20s as you stare down 30. When do you tire of morning hangovers, days of dead-end entry-level jobs, and late night at bars? This friend group is about to find out. Wow. Mentions of abortion, bulimia. Sometimes friends hold you together. Sometimes they're why you're falling apart. So Harley and Maggie have been friends for ages. After meeting in primary school years ago, the women are still together, spending their nights on the sticky dance floors of Belfast's grungiest pubs. Each woman is navigating her own tangle of entry-level jobs, messy romantic entanglements, and late nights, but they always find their way back to each other and to the ramshackle house they share. And amidst the familiar chaos, the three are still grieving their fourth housemate, whose room remains untouched, their last big fight hanging heavily over their heads. The girls' house has witnessed the highs and lows of their roaring 20s, raucous parties, surprising and sometimes regrettable hookups, and hellish night hangovers. But as they approach 30, their home begins to crumble around them, and their fault lines in the group become harder to ignore. In the wreckage, they must decide if their friendship will survive into a new decade, or if growing up sometimes means letting go. Brimming with heart and humor, Thirst Trap is an exuberant ode to friendship, to not having it all figured out, and to ordering just one more round before heading home. It actually sounds pretty good. Okay. Next up is Isn't It Obvious? This is LGBTQIA plus and romance. After a meat disaster, a podcaster and her producer fall in love over email without realizing they know and hate each other in real life. Didn't they do a book like this? No. Okay. That was First Time Caller, but it was like, yeah, it was a little different. Okay. Spice rating 3 out of 5, Open Door. When high school librarian Yael's secret podcast starts to take off, she decides to hire Kevin, a remote freelance editor producer, so she can manage juggling her mental health, day job, and the queer teen book club she's been hosting at school after hours. To maintain her anonymity, they communicate strictly via email, and Kevin only knows her by her podcast persona, Elle. Sorry, Charlie is barking her head off. Hold on. Okay, she wasn't happy about me stopping that. Little does she know that Kevin, who in real life goes by his middle name, Ravi, is the same man she tore apart for climbing out of her bedroom window after a one-night stand with her roommate, Charlie. And she certainly never expects him to show up to volunteer at her book club. In person, they clash until their sparks turn into something more. Over email, they start falling hard when they decide to keep things strictly professional. But when Ravi discovers the truth, will keeping it a secret mean the end of everything he's built? And what happens when she finds out? Will they fall twice as hard or cut ties in more ways than one? A sharp, funny romance about loving the whole person and finally taking a chance on love. Okay. Is that all of them? Yes, I think that's all of them. Girl Dinner, The Place, The Kill the Beast, Haven't Killed in Years, Thirst Trap, Isn't It Obvious? Okay, I went over all of them. Let me know which ones you are possibly interested in. Okay. It is! Is it just me, or is cannibalism a hot topic this year? For some reason, the cannibal writers have come out of the closet. Creature feature. Yeah. Didn't it kind of like how the story started for Creature Feature? Like your group of kids. I mean, I know that's like a very popular, like tropey thing, but I was just like, that's what it reminds me of right now. Dang, I'm debating between 3 books. Oh man. Yep, Charlie girl. She is persistent when she sees something. There she's getting started again. Charlie, come here. Hold on. Okay, her little heart is beating so fast. She really wants what's outside. Okay, Charlie is a fan, apparently. Yeah, okay, stop. Stop. Okay. So far, I'm interested in the thriller, although Thirst Trap sounds like toxic fun, but I might be annoyed with the 20s mentality. Also, with the name of the author, and there was a couple of wording choices in there, obviously it makes me think that it's like Irish or something like that. And I feel like Irish authors tend to focus on subjects like that. So I would definitely need to do more research before I went into it. But it does sound like toxic fun for sure. Okay. Let's see. Cannibal for life. Literally. I settled on just girl dinner and we'll wait on the others. I'm surprised you got that one. I can't wait to hear what you think. Charlie. Yeah, there she is. Hello. You did kill the beast. Okay. You'll definitely have to let me know what you think of that one, Brandon. Okay, so I think that's the end of looking at the picks. Happy Saturday, everybody. Hopefully you had fun last night if you did anything. Wanted to switch it up and not get a thriller. Shocking. But anyway, yeah, have a good day, everybody. Have a good weekend. And I do these every month. I have done it every month this year. So, and I did it most months last year. So come back when Book of the Month drops. Come back on the 1st when Aardvark drops their picks. And as long as I'm not otherwise engaged, which December might be tricky because I am traveling at the end of the month. So we'll see what happens with that. Let's see. I got enough of those on my shelf, no doubt. Bye. Yeah, so come back, check me out each time I do this, and let me know what you ended up picking. And yeah, have a great day. Bye, everybody.